What a great win for our club tonight against USC Upstate, who, I've said time and time again, Mike McGuire's one of the best coaches in the country. His teams are just so disciplined. They play the game the right way. They're very hard-nosed. Their pitchers command pitches. They put together really good at bats. They're incredibly competitive. They're a very tough team to play, and you can see that tonight. It's very difficult to come in on the road and be down 5-0 and scratch and claw your way back into the game, wind up tying the game up there in the 8th. And luckily for us, we had the last at bat and we had our closer available once we took the lead, and that was the difference. I thought Billy Barlow, again, as a true freshman, was outstanding in his start. And I thought Jackson Lindley was huge for us, to be able to pitch out of the 7th inning the way he did. Had a couple runners on base, was able to pitch out of it. And, Eddie scuffled a little bit, but that's good for him. I mean, he needs to go through that. He needs to be able to work his way out of situations with runners on base. And, he just didn't make some pitches, and you give their leadoff guy credit. He's an older player, 2 strikes. He, smoked the ball to the opposite field. But the great thing about our club is just how resilient we are. Frenchie came up obviously in the bottom of the 8th and gotten a good count to hit and drilled it, absolutely drilled it in a critical moment. And then Brewer followed up with with the home run there, and we put together our second big inning of the game. And it's very difficult to win a baseball game when a team has 2 big innings in one game. We hit the big 3-run homer in the first with Breyer, and then again their bullpen did a really good job. But credit to our guys, we found a way to stay upbeat even when they came back on us, and we got the last at bat, and we certainly made it count.
Did you tell Jonathan anything before heading up there in that final at bat, or just
no, not really. Not really. He got into a 2-0 count right there, and just gave him fastball only sign, and he did what a good hitter does. He was on time. You could tell in the at bat that he was in total control of the at bat just based on how easy he took his off-speed pitches. He threw him back-to-back off-speed pitches, and he took them easy. So I knew he was seeing the ball really well on him, and he sit dead red, got a pitch to hit, and hit it out of sight.
Coach, do you feel like you have an established closer in Ammons, or is it maybe Gilbert if you don't use him in middle relief? Where are you as far as the closer goes?
Yeah, Ammons is our closer.
How good was it to see him come in and just mow him down in the 9th the way he did?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why he's pitching at the end of the game, because we trust him in the 9th. Takes a special guy to be able to pitch in the 9th. And look, we have other guys that could probably do it, but we feel like Ammons is the right fit to pitch in the 9th inning, which is why we've been closing with him.
What can you say about Breyer after that first game?
Yeah.
Everybody knows 0 for 5, and man, he's been on fire since then.
Well, Breyer and I have talked about this many, many times, just about being able to handle failure and handle adversity. And if anybody is equipped to handle it, it's Breyer. Breyer has been through it all, as a player. He's dealt with the ups and downs. He's dealt with coming in and out of the lineup. He's dealt with playing with injuries. If anybody could handle an 0 for 5 on opening day and the way that he had an 0 for 5, it's him. It's pretty fitting that he had the walk-off sac fly in that series, to sweep Indiana, because we just trust Breyer. I think that's the biggest thing about it is at some point in a game, Breyer's going to get you. If you give him 4 or 5 at bats, he's a veteran, and we need that veteran right-handed presence. If you look at our lineup with guys like Grice and Engel and Brewer, we need that right-handed hitter that can fit in behind those guys, that can put a charge in the baseball, and he certainly can do that.
Coach, a little bit of a revenge tour for you. You beat your alma mater, you beat Upstate, both of them got you last year. Gamecocks took the series last year barely, a couple one-run wins. What have you seen from the Gamecocks? I know they lost West Clark, but they've got Heister back, don't they? Yeah,
they're a good team. Look, we have to go. First and foremost, College of Charleston and USC Upstate are both really good teams, which, I'm really happy that we're able to play those caliber teams in the middle of the week, because it certainly challenges our club, and you can see that in our first 2 midweek games. They're good teams, and they're gonna make you execute pitches and play your best baseball to beat them, which is going to set you up for the weekend. Look, South Carolina's a great club. Their Friday night guy is electric. He's going to be pitching in his ballpark. We've got a tall task ahead of us. First time for us going on the road this year. So he's pretty dang good. But on the other hand, our Friday night guy's pretty good too. And we got a pretty good club, and I like how competitive our club is, how tough our club is. So, but we're certainly going to get challenged. Playing in a rivalry series in their home ballpark on a Friday night. There's going to be a lot of energy and electricity in the ballpark, and but this is what college baseball is all about, right? It's big boy baseball, and it's the rivalry series. So we're excited about it. We're obviously couldn't ask for being in a better position than we're in right now. We go in there undefeated. We feel good about what we're doing as a club. And we know it's going to be a dogfight, and we'll be ready.
It's been a kooky 2 years in college athletics, but now you're going to have full stadiums, beautiful weather in the 70s, gorgeous ballparks.
Yeah.
Is it something to really look forward to?
Well, it's why you come to Clemson, right? At the end of the day, when you recruit these guys, and we talk about the Clemson experience, there's a lot of factors that go into that, and so many positives about playing at a school like Clemson, and one of them is you get to play in front of the top crowds in the country. We draw exceptionally well. We play in the greatest rivalry in college baseball. We're going to play probably in front of 10,000 plus people in a couple of those ballparks. So that's why you come here. You come here to play in front of big crowds and big time pressure packed environments. So it's what it's all about. So hopefully the message to our guys is going to be, let's go enjoy this thing. This is what you signed up for, and we'll be loose and ready to go.
Looks like looks like the Gamecocks have a lot of right-handed bats in their lineup. I guess is that a good thing for you, being that you have so many righties in your pitching staff?
I think so. A right-handed lineup, certainly matches up for England. But England's got to be England, regardless of if they were, left-handed heavy or right-handed heavy. He just has to do what he does. We don't necessarily look at it that way. It's more dictated based on what he does. If he's executing pitches and he can get ahead of their hitters, he's tough to deal with. And they got Eister. Eister's, he's a heck of a hitter. But again, like anybody, we got a guy like Grice. We got Grice on our side, and we got a guy hitting behind him named Engel, and he's pretty dang good too. So we've got our guys, they've got their guys, and it's going to boil down to which pitchers execute pitches to the middle of their order better, and who which hitters step up with runners on base and deliver the big blow in crucial situations.
Well, you've obviously been on both sides of this rivalry. What are some of the more memorable moments over the years that stand out in here?
Oh man, well, I've had a lot of them. I was an assistant at South Carolina for 6 years, so I got a chance to experience the rivalry on that side, and a lot of memorable games. As an assistant there, and as a head coach here, I can remember, and I think it was 17. We're down to our last pitch, and Seth Beers at the plate, 3-2 count. He gets a breaking ball out over the plate, and hits it out of the ballpark to tie the game. We win the game in extras to win the series. That was a pretty cool moment. I can remember Drew Wharton with 2 strikes on him. Robert Jolly was at first base, and and Wharton drills the ball off the right field wall, passes their right fielder, and we wound up walking them off to win the series. Those are just 2. Sam Weatherly's outing a couple years ago, 2020. I think he went perfect for 7 or 8. I don't remember exactly, but I remember Bryce Theodosio saving the perfect game on one of the best catches I've ever seen in a game. He broke his wrist on that play. There's a lot of just really cool and special moments that I've been a part of, and I'm very humbled and by it and blessed to be a part of this rivalry. So it's exciting to be able to do it again, and we're looking forward to going down there on Friday.
It's still really early, but these guys talked about attitude early in the season. What do you know about your team through 8 games?
We're going to compete for sure. I think today's game a little bit of an outlier in regards, not that we scuffled out of the pen, but you know, we have relied on our pen to win games for us, and we did that last midweek game against the College of Charleston where they had runners on base, it seemed like every inning. So the one thing that I liked about today's game was we found a way to help our bullpen on offense in the 8th, where they stormed back and find a way to tie the game, and then our guys were able to step up against high leverage relievers at the end of the game, and they brought in their closer, you know, the 6'8" Viking, and we were able to, you know, tattoo a couple balls off of him. You know, that was good to see that our offense could pick up our pitching staff, because look, you're going to have to win in a lot of different ways if you want to be a team that plays in the postseason, a team that can host a regional. Look, we've all seen that and experienced that. You got to win the high-scoring games. You got to win the low-scoring games. You got to be able to win in different ways, and so far we've been able to do that. You know, that's the main thing. It is early. You know, we're 8 games into the season. We got a long way to go. But, you know, so far, just the toughness of our club, the competitiveness of our club has been very encouraging and very rewarding to watch them go about their business.
I was going to ask about the top of the 8th inning, the last out, first baseman, the extension there. How athletic will play was that inning?
Say that again now.
Wasn't there a ground ball?
The stretch by Hawkins.
Oh, you're talking about the throw by Blackwell, when he came off the bag. Yeah, I mean, again, just a veteran, understanding what he has to do to try to get an out. So, yeah, it was a great play by Breyer to be able to stay with that.
Coach, you mentioned Engel, how well he's hitting behind Grice. How important is